Welcome to SysLog Daily. Today we have a critical Linux kernel flaw, a new way to run vLLM servers, and a discussion on layering separation in software development. Stay tuned. A new Linux kernel flaw known as DirtyClone has been discovered. This flaw allows local attackers to escalate privileges. The DirtyClone flaw is a reminder that attackers do not always need big tricks. One small mistake, one old access path, one missed patch, and suddenly the door is open. The Linux kernel is a critical component of many operating systems, and a flaw like this can have significant consequences. Researchers have found that the DirtyClone flaw can be exploited to gain elevated privileges, which can then be used to access sensitive data or disrupt system operations. The impact of this flaw is significant, as it can be used to compromise the security of systems that use the Linux kernel. Users are advised to update their systems as soon as possible to prevent exploitation of this flaw. Axiom notes that this is not the first time a Linux kernel flaw has been discovered, and it is likely that more will be found in the future. One concrete thing users can do is to check for updates to their Linux kernel and apply them immediately. Hugging Face has introduced a way to run a vLLM server on HF jobs in one command. This new feature allows developers to easily deploy and manage vLLM servers, which can be used for a variety of natural language processing tasks. The ability to run a vLLM server on HF jobs in one command is a significant improvement over previous methods, which required more complex setup and configuration. This new feature is likely to be popular among developers who need to deploy vLLM servers for their applications. Axiom notes that the ease of use of this new feature may also increase the risk of misuse, as it becomes easier for attackers to deploy vLLM servers for malicious purposes. One concrete thing developers can do is to review the documentation for the new feature and understand the security implications of deploying a vLLM server. Separation of concerns is a key principle in software development, and layering is one way to achieve this. Layering involves separating an application into different layers, each with its own specific concerns. For example, a typical web application might have a presentation layer, a business logic layer, and a data access layer. Each layer has its own specific responsibilities, and the layers are designed to be independent of each other. This makes it easier to modify and maintain the application, as changes to one layer do not affect the other layers. Axiom notes that separation of concerns is not always easy to achieve, and it requires careful planning and design. One concrete thing developers can do is to review their application architecture and identify areas where layering can be improved. That covers today's transmission. If any of these stories affect your systems, links are in the description. Subscribe so you never miss a patch day. See you tomorrow.